Hello student, in the last class we had studied about dual government and parliamentary laws. Today we will study the remaining laws introduced by the British government. First about military and police force. British introduced military and police force, the duty of military force to safeguard the territories captured by the British in India, and the duty of police force to maintain law and order in the country. Next, judicial system. Student, what is judiciary? Yes, judiciary gives justice to the people. So, British government established judicial system in India and also established civil and criminal court. Civil court is relating to the family matters and the criminal court relating to murder and the other criminal cases. For the reconsideration of the judgment of these courts, a high court was established. Now, let us study how the British tried to establish equality before law. British treated all the Indians equally without any discrimination of caste or colors. But in India, laws were different from place to place in the early times. For example, India was ruled by different kings, Marathas, Rajput, Tipu Sultan. They made their own law in their own provinces. And different judgment were given in the caste. It means judgment given according to their caste, they have their own panchayat. Therefore, a committee was set up under Lord Macaulay to create code of law. Code of law means they prepared a list in that they mentioned what punishment should to be the offence committed and also mentioned about the fine. According to the British law, each and everyone in the country will get the same punishment without any discrimination of caste or religion. But the British made different code and law for the Europeans. The Europeans offender gets good treatment in the jail also. People, those who are not educated, they do not know about laws. So they had to took the help from the advocate. Will the advocate give free suggestion? No. People had to give money to them. Therefore, it is expensive for the common people. Now, we will see how the British economically exploited Indians. In ancient time, many invaders invaded India. Some were also settled and they followed the Indian culture. As we know that the India was a rich country, but the European took the wealth from India. They also started industries in Europe and took benefit from that. But Indians were got exploited. Next about land revenue policy. In the beginning, in any kingdom, if a farmer grows the crops, they have to pay a part of it as a tax or revenue. If the crops were not good, then they would get the exceptions. But Britishers fixed the land revenue according to area of land. They made the rule that farmers should compulsory pay the tax in the form of cash. If they failed to pay, then their land would be taken to the British authority. Let us study what happened with the new land revenue system. To pay revenue to British, farmers sold their crops for less price. The mediators or the merchant took the crops for less price and sold it high prices. The farmer had insufficient money to pay the tax, so they borrowed money from money lenders. In that time, money lenders made agreement with farmer in case if they were unable to pay money, then farmer had to sell their land. In this way, farmers were exploited by everyone. Now about commercialization of agriculture. In 1860 to 1900, India was faced great famine, but British government had not taken any effort to overcome from this, and they do not provide money to the water supply. Let us study about development in transport and communication system. For the development and good administration, British introduced modern facilities like transport and communication in India. As a result, in 1853, first railway ran on the route of Mumbai to Thane. They also introduced telegram and postal system. It helped to connect cities and military stations. All this development affected the social life of the Indians and also brought the sense of unity among them. Now, we will see what is the reason for the decline of traditional industries. import of British goods in India at very low prices. So here import means, so we are taking the goods from British, and heavy duty was imposed on the export of the Indian handicraft. So export means India is selling the goods to other countries. As a result, Indian market were full of finished goods from Britain, which were of low prices. It led to the decline of traditional industry. Due to this, Indian artisans became unemployed. Next, about development of new industries in India. British ruler never encouraged the growth of industries. Due to the lack of experience and the capital, Indian businessmen could not come forward. But later, some businessmen built up this business. As a result, in 1853, Kavasji Nanabai Dawar started first textile mill in Mumbai. Jute mill started in 1855 at Rishra in Bengal. Jamshedji Tata established Tata Iron and Steel Company at Jamshedpur in 1907. Other than that, coal, metal, sugar, cement, chemical industries also came into exist in India. Now, last one, social and cultural effect. Indian society underwent many changes after British came to India. In the 19th century, Europeans followed values like humanitarianism, democracy, nationalism and liberalism. Here, humanitarian means having concern to improve the welfare and happiness of people. Democracy means self-government. Nationalism means patriotism. Liberalism means holding liberal views. Due to these values, British started to study Indian culture and traditions. It makes positive changes in Indian society. 1784, Sir William Jones was a British officer, established Aesthetic Society of Bengal, and Max Muller, a German thinker, studied the Indian religion, history and tradition. With the help of them, British government introduced new laws. During that time, sati was a social funeral practice among some Indian community, in which a Hindu widow burying herself to death on the funeral pyre of her husband. To prohibit this custom, Lord William Bentinck passed the Sati Prohibition Act in 1829. In 1856, Lord Dalhousie passed the Widow Remarriage Act. This act helped to improve the condition of the widows in India. For the administration purpose, British government introduced English education in 1835. It helped the Indians to learn Western thoughts. In 1857, British established universities in Kolkata, Mumbai and Madras. It helped Indians to start social reform movement in India. Student, today we will have completed lesson Effects of British Rule in India. Solve the exercises given below. Thank you.